Hello everybody, welcome back. We've missed you. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy during this time, but I'm so glad we're back together for class. So this class is going to be formatted how we normally do our classes. We're going to start with warm-up, do some exercises, stretches, we're going to work on some technique, work on some moves, and then we're going to go over our recital dance. So we're going to start with our warm-up. We're going to be going through one song. We're going to be doing our jumping jacks, bump kicks, skips, jumping, touching our toes, then we're going to do some planks and some running planks. All right, everybody, let's get started. Everybody follow me. We're starting with jumping jacks.
You wake up, it's raining and it's Monday. Looks like one of those rough days. Time's up, you're late again, so get out the door. Sometimes you feel like running, find a whole new life and jumping. Let go, get up and hit the dance floor. But when the lights go down, it's the ending of the show. And you're feeling like you got nowhere to go. Don't you know you can change your hair and you can change your clothes. You can change your mind, it's just the way it goes. You can say goodbye and you can say hello, but you'll always find a way back home. You can change your style, you can change your dreams. You can learn to fly and you can chase your dreams. You can laugh and cry, but everybody knows you'll always find your way back home. Your best friends, your little hometown, are waiting up wherever you go now. You know that you can't always turn around. 'Cause this world is big and it's crazy. And this girl is thinking that maybe this life is what some people dream about. 'Cause when I'm feeling down and I'm all alone, I've always got a place where I can go. 'Cause I know you can change your hair and you can change your clothes. You can change your mind, it's just the way it goes. You can say goodbye and you can say hello, but you'll always find your way back home. You can change your style, you can change your dreams. You can learn to fly and you can chase your dreams. You can laugh and cry, but everybody knows you'll always find your way back home. Where they know exactly who you are, where the real you is a superstar. You know it's never too far away. You can change your hair and you can change your clothes. You can change your mind, it's just the way it goes. You can say goodbye and you can say hello, but you'll always find your way back. You can change your hair and you can change your clothes. You can change your mind, it's just the way it goes. You can say goodbye and you can say hello, but you'll always find your way back home. You can change your style and you can change your jeans. You can learn to fly and you can chase your dreams. You can laugh and cry, but everybody knows you'll always find your way back home. You'll always find your way back.
All right, great warm-up, everybody. You can take a minute to pause the video to catch your breath, or you can get right into our stretch.
Heard him calling in the distance, so I packed my things and ran far away from all the trouble. some that scratches and make me wonder about their past. And as I looked around, I began to notice that we were nothing like the rest.
Hold your horses now
Until the sun goes down,
through the woods sweet by.
till the mountains sound.
Hold your horses now
Until the sun goes down,
through the woods sweet by.
we sleep until the sun goes down. We sleep until the sun goes down. We sleep until the sun goes down.
Hold your horses now
Until the sun goes down,
through the woods sweet by. Hold your horses now
until the sun goes down.
through the woods sweet by. Hold your horses now
Until the sun goes down,
through the woods sweet by. Hold your horses now through the woods sweet by.
we sleep until the sun goes down. We sleep until the sun goes down. I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. It's this movie that I think you like. This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. for the ride. Going big now that I can take it all the way to cloud nine.
Stopping in, wanna feel the rush now. Sun is out, the wind is in my hair. Nothing else could be quite as awesome when I'm soaring through the air. So here we go, and we ain't gonna take it slow. We're ready now to touch the sky. This must be how it feels to fly. I'm on cloud nine. This must be how it feels to fly. I'm on
Don't give up, keep on taking chances. Put in time till you get it right. Winding up, swinging for the fences. Won't go down without a fight.
going hard, push it to the limit, to the edge, go to the extreme. There's no doubt that I'm gonna win, never giving up the dream. So here we go, and we ain't gonna take it slow. We're ready now to touch the sky. This must be how it feels to fly. I'm on cloud nine. This must be how it feels to fly. I'm on cloud nine. This must be how it feels to fly. And we ain't gonna take it slow. We're ready now to touch the sky. This must be how it feels to fly. I'm on cloud nine. This must be how it feels to fly. I'm on cloud nine. This must be how it feels to
I can feel you coming from a mile away. My pulse starts racing from the words that you say. And you say so many of them like you don't have a clue that I'm signed, sealed, delivered with a stamp on. You don't have to try too hard. You already have my heart. You don't got a thing to prove. I'm already into you. So hold me tight now. 'Cause I'm so good to go. Don't say goodnight, you know. You had me at hello. You had me at hello. You had me at hello. Don't say goodnight, you know. You had me at hello. Close your mouth now, baby, don't say a word. 'Cause you ain't saying nothing I ain't already heard. Plus, all the words get buried when the beat's so loud. And the speakers blowing up to this dance song. You don't have to try too hard. You already have my heart. You don't got a thing to prove. I'm already into you. So hold me tight now. 'Cause I'm so good to go.
Great job with the stretch, everybody. If you need to take a breath, just pause this video and come back in a little while. Next, we're going to be working on our technique and conditioning. Alright, so we're going to start with our crab walks, bear walks. We're going to do some balancing, and then we're going to do our step kicks. Now for this, you might want to have a space available. A hallway works great for going across the floor. If not, you can do some of these moves on the spot. Alright, I have another conditioning activity. This is mainly for my older students, such as in the 8 to 11-year-old class, but if you want an extra challenge, you can try this too. The song says go up, you go up. When it says go down, you go down. Great job with the conditioning, everybody. Now we're going to move on to our acrobatic movements and technique. So for most of these movements, either your head, knees, or hands touch the floor. So it's great if you have a carpeted area that you could practice these on. If not, you can always use a pillow, a yoga mat, or anything that works. And if needed, you may need parental supervision during these exercises. Nonetheless, let's get started. All right, we're going to start with our front rolls. We start with our hands by our ears, place our hands down, tuck, roll, landing with our hands up by our ears. Try that again, making sure to tuck your chin, push off your feet, standing up nice and tall at the end. Keep trying this. If you have a hallway, you can do your front rolls down the hallway. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall at the end, looking up. Good job. Next, we're going to do our handstands. You can do this on a wall. It makes it a lot easier. Hands start up by your ears. You kick up once you touch the wall. Make sure you're pointing your toes and squeeze your belly so you can hold it and keep holding your handstands. If you want an extra challenge, you can try to open your legs in a split. Make sure those toes are nice and pointed. To keep holding this, make sure to squeeze your tummy muscles and squeeze all your legs, every muscle in your legs, keeping your toes nice and pointed. Once you're done, kick down, landing with your arms up by your ears. For our headstands, you can use a pillow to make it more comfortable, and you can also do this against a wall. We start by kicking our legs up on our knees, hands are in a triangle position. We point our toes up to the sky, and our legs are nice and straight. Again, we're squeezing our tummy muscles, and our hands are also laid nice and flat. For an extra challenge, you can open your legs, like last time with the handstands, making sure to point your toes, squeeze every muscle in your legs, and continue to squeeze your core. That means trying to push your belly button all the way to the back of your stomach. Kick down, end with your hands out in front of you. Next, we're going to be doing our cartwheels. This is great if you have lots of space in a long hallway. If not, you can just practice the step-by-step movements. Placing your hands down, one leg after the other. Make sure to point your toes, stretch those legs, and stretch those knees. Keep repeating this as many times as you want. I would try it on both legs if you can. Next, with our bridges, starting on your back, elbows and knees to the sky, you're going to push up. You can go on your toes for an extra challenge. Try and put your belly button all the way to the sky like there's a string pulling you up. Keep squeezing your belly. Hands are flat, nice and flat on the floor. Keep holding, squeezing your core. If you want a challenge, you can lift up your leg, keeping it nice and straight, toe pointed all the way to the sky. And if you want, you can switch legs too. For my older students, such as in the 8 to 11 class, or if you're more advanced and ready to move on to something new, you can try these moves. All right, next we're going to be working towards getting our standing bridges. I use a wall to walk my hands down, and then to practice our back walkovers and front walkovers, I try and lift up both my legs, try to touch my toe to the wall behind me. I keep repeating this, switching both legs, which will help you strengthen your leg muscles and your core. Once you're done, you can use your hands to walk back up on the wall. Next, we're going to work on our front walkovers if you're ready to move on. You start with your hands by your ears, place your hands on the ground, kick your legs over in a split position, and use those tummy muscles to squeeze them and bring them up. Land with your hands back up by your ears. Next, if you're ready to move on, we'll try a back walkover. Going back into your bridge, I want you to try and kick your leg over, landing with your hands up by your ears. You can keep repeating this as many times as you need. If not, I want you to keep trying your bridges on the wall, which means standing in front of a wall, reaching backwards, walking your hands down the wall, and then walking them back up. Make sure when you're doing these you have lots of momentum so you can kick right up and kick back down. Great job, everybody, with your stunts and acrobatic tricks. If you are happy with those, you can keep practicing them, making sure you have all the safety precautions and you have parental supervision if necessary. If not, and you want to keep going, we have been working on our aerials, and I'm going to be going over the basic steps and the basic ways that you can practice to potentially work towards your aerials. All right, we're going to start with a hurdle, which is our preparation for the aerial. Your hands are up by your ears, your toes pointed to your knee. After that, I want to try and go from a prep into a needle position. Practice kicking your leg back nice and far. Once you've got that down, try incorporating the hurdle with a cartwheel used to the movement of your hands. Work your way up to a one-handed cartwheel once you've got that down. Finally, the most important one is a prep cartwheel. This means you're going to do your hurdle into a one-handed cartwheel, but at the last second, you're going to pop your hand up. Keep repeating this over and over again until you need to bring your hand up less and less. Finally, you'll be able to do the cartwheel with no hands. Make sure to whip your legs around super fast and then land with your hands behind your ears. Great job with the tricks, everybody. If at any point during this video you need to slow it down or you need to rewatch it, pause, go over the instructions, feel free to do that, and I totally recommend it if you are ever going to practice these tricks. But make sure that you're doing them safely. For the aerials in particular, I recommend that you have a large open space because you may need to do some runs before you do your hurdle and then go into your aerial. I know it's getting a lot warmer outside, so I really recommend trying it on nice soft grass. In case if you do land on your knees or put your hands down a bit too hard, there's a softer landing, softer ground. So next we're going to be working on our recital dance. I have put 2 timestamps down in the description of this video so that you can find which time I'm going over your dance. For the 5 to 7-year-old acro class, it will be the first timestamp in the description down below, and if you're in the 8 to 11-year-old class, it will be the second timestamp. If you need some help, just ask your parent to help you find what spot in this video is your dance.
Come home in the morning like my mother says, when you're gonna live your life right. Oh, mother dear, we're not the 4 Johnny ones, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
This is the part where you lift up your partner, so just hold this pose or stand still during this part in the dance.
The phone rings in the middle of the night, my father yells, "Oh, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number 1, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have, that's all they really want. Some fun. When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Alright, so now I'm going to be going over each movement of the dance step by step. You're going to start by doing your bump kicks all the way to your spot, but you can just keep doing these on the spot. After that, you're going to open your legs nice and wide and shake your hips from side to side. Keep doing this to every beat of the music until the singer starts the song. Make sure to have a nice smile on your face, looking up. Next, you're going to crouch down and open your arms like your arms are the sun in the morning. If you're on the front line, you're going to be pointing your finger. In the back line, you're crouching down and holding up the number 1. Proceed to do step, clap, step, clap, step, clap, step, clap. Like I said in the last clip, this would be the point where you would lift up your partner or get lifted. If you're the person lifting, I would do some push-ups. If you are the partner being lifted, I would do some nice stretches to improve flexibility. After that, you're going to go to the floor, open your legs nice and wide, and into position with your knee above. You're then going to go down into a bridge, pushing up your belly button nice towards the sky. Come down. Roll onto your belly and do some nice little kicks. And you can put your hands under your chin for some extra support. Make sure to have a nice, beautiful smile as you complete this dance. You're going to roll up and then proceed to do some nice skips all the way to your new spot. You can do these around the room or wherever you have the space. Once you do this, your arms are going to wrap around you and you're going to do 2 bounces. Your arms swing around and land on your knee and then bounce twice. After that, you're going to do a cartwheel. If you can't do a cartwheel, I'll stand still for this position. After that, you're into nice bum kicks all the way to the end. Alright dancers, great job practicing your recital dance. You can watch the video over and over again and keep practicing your parts. I know it's a bit difficult with the partner stuff, but you can just stand still during that part in the dance. If you want to skip past the next part of the video, this is my other acro classes recital dance. We'll move on to a game coming up next.
I know that I'm running out of time. I want it all.
turn me off. I want it all. And I'm walking on a wire, trying to go higher. Feels like I'm surrounded by clowns and liars. Even when I give it all away, I want it all. Just like fire, burning up the way, evacuate the world for just one day. Watch this madness, beautiful charade. No one can be just like me if they want.
For the partner cartwheels, you can just do a regular cartwheel or practice doing a plie or a squat. Alright, great job practicing your recital dance, everybody. That's all I'm going to go over for now, and I might add on some more next week. I know it's a bit difficult to practice this dance because there's a lot of partner routines, but I recommend you practice your individual parts. Keep stretching if you do splits or needles or anything like that. For the partner cartwheels, if you are the bass, I want you to practice some squats, keeping your back nice and straight, doing a big nice plie and having nice strong legs. If you do the cartwheel in the partner cartwheel, practice your cartwheels and do some nice ab or core workouts. For my hand-holding cartwheels, keep practicing cartwheels. For the bridges, nice core sit-ups. You can do the walking on the wall bridges. And keep practicing your flexibility for the leg kicks. I also want everybody to practice their elbow stands. And practice your headstands.
All right, to end off our class, we are going to do a quick cool down, and then we can play a game at the end. For the cool down, we are going to do some yoga and some nice relaxed stretching. And for the game, we will play freeze dance. Alright, to end off our class, we are going to play a fun game. We're going to play freeze dance. When the screen says dance now, I want you to dance to the music. When the screen says freeze, I want you to freeze in the position that you end up in. Can you finish the song and freeze at every point? Good luck. Some suggestions for moves that you can do during freeze dance are your crab walks, bear walks. You can do some bouncing, skips, and bum kicks. You can incorporate some tricks if you have a large space available if you want as well. Did you freeze on time? Great job! Did you freeze on time? Great job!
You see the gloves are coming off. Tell me when you've had enough. Yeah. Ready for a showdown. And we're face to face. I think I'll read.
Did you freeze at the right time? Great job, everybody. That's the end of our game. All right, everybody. Thank you for a wonderful class. I had so much fun with you all. I hope you will keep practicing. Some things to remember are to point your toes in all of your stunts. Make sure you're landing with your hands nice up by your ears. If you want to work on stunts, I suggest doing some stretching first, doing some conditioning, and also practice your parts in the recital dance. You can watch this video as many times as you like to go over your parts. I know it might be a bit difficult to remember when you go and where, but if you just practice everything, you'll be fine. Thank you for listening and watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.